All right, good morning, everybody. It's a little dark here this morning, so we're going to salute the moon as the sun comes up, and the moon was still up as we got here this morning. So I'm so glad you guys are here. If you're joining me live again or later, make sure you carve out this next little while to really honor, protect, listen to your body, and practice your self-care. So this is my friend Gabby. She is a runner, and we've been friends for a really long time. And she's been incorporating yoga into her running for a very long time.
Thanks
So
to Karen.
yeah, you can check out other videos, and we should probably do another live chat another time about how yoga has helped your running. So if you are a runner and you're here, be mindful, no matter who you are or what training that you do, be mindful of your body, honor, protect, and listen to it. And we will salute the moon, which helps to really embrace the power of the moon. The moon can make us a little bit scattered, our energy a little bit, so we salute the moon to bring us into a little bit more balance and calm and peace. All right, so we're gonna start our feet out wide. I'm gonna turn your toes a little bit out, your heels a little bit in, and come down to a squat position. So we're gonna be squatting down. You can have your hands inside of your knees, and we're gonna think about cat-cow and move in a standing position through cat and cow with our breathing. So squatting down, knees pressing a little bit open, take a very deep breath in through your nose. Again, moving slowly. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, and hollow your belly. You can straighten your legs a little bit as you come up. So inhale, extend the tailbone back, open the chest. Exhale, straighten the legs, tuck the tailbone, and round the spine. Breathing in as you lower down. Again, if you're joining us live, it is early, and so be extra mindful, but always being mindful of how your body is feeling, what messages is communicating to you as you move and breathe from flexion to extension. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, extend, and exhale, tuck and round. And we're gonna come all the way up and reach towards the sky. Take an inhale, and exhale, bend the knees and come down. Then again, keep thinking about pushing the knees open and sliding the elbows down to the hips. So you'll straighten your legs and inhale as you reach up. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower down. Move with your breath. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. So as I was saying, you can think about harnessing the power of the moon. So I like to think about like grabbing onto the moon and pulling positive energy down to you. One more time. Take a very deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and lower down. So inhale, come all the way back up. We're going to pivot towards our right leg. So you're going to pivot off the ball of your left foot and come into a lunge position. I forgot to mention at the beginning, this is a core warrior moon salutation. It's going to be about 30 minutes. And so let's just hold one more breath here in this lunge position. And then you're going to come balancing into your right foot. So you may need to take a half step forward with your left foot. Otherwise, just go ahead and come all the way up to balancing on your right leg. So if you're feeling a little wobbly, focus your eyes. Take your hands and push them into your left thigh. So you're pressing down with your hands a little bit as your left thigh pushes up. You'll feel your core engage a little bit. Keep the collarbone open and flex your left foot. Take a really deep breath in, and then go ahead and step back into that lunge position. Inhale, reach. You can reach up and back a little bit, get that good stretch, and then pivot back to the front edge of your mat. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. So squatting down and lifting up. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, pull it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, squat as deeply as you can, pressing your knees open. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lowering down. Again, really pressing the knees open. That's one of the challenging parts. Inhale, lift. We're going to pivot to the left foot. So go ahead and pivot off the ball of your right foot. Lunging to the side. Hips sink really low. Arms stretch high. Think about leaning back and opening up for one more breath. And again, if you need to take a half step forward with your back foot, you can. Otherwise, just pushing off that back foot, coming into your standing balance mountain pose, really. Single leg balance. Flex your right foot, press your hands down into your right thigh, and push your right thigh up into your hands so you feel the strength of the core of the body. Take a really deep breath. If you feel a little wobbly, it's all good. Maintain the focus of your eyes for one more breath. And then go ahead and come all the way back around. Take a deep breath in as you come into your high lunge. And then pivot back to the side. So we're going to move through that again and add a little bit onto it, moving a little faster. So inhale, five-pointed star, reach for the sky. Exhale, pull down. Inhale. So you're really trying to connect your movement with your breathing. which sends a calming message for your central nervous system. One more time. Inhale, lift. And then turn to your right foot. Come back to your high lunge. Hips dropping really low. Fingertips reaching high. And then pushing off of the left foot. Coming into your balanced single leg mountain pose. So hands into your left thigh. Press up and resist. Your hands pushing down, your thigh pushing up. You should feel your core engage. We're going to come into airplane from here. So you're going to extend your left leg back. Fly with your fingertips out to the sides. And focus your eyes as you drop your chest low. Flex your left foot. Try to keep the belly pulled in and up so core is strong. From here, you're going to bring your fingertips down towards the ground. So fingertips are right under shoulders. If your hamstrings are tight, your knee will be bent. Otherwise, right leg as straight as you can get it. And then keep your right fingertips right underneath your right shoulder and send your left hand up to grab onto your left hip. Maintain the focus of your eyes. This is balancing half moon. I want you to pull the left hip up to the sky. Take one more breath. And then release your fingertips down towards the mat. Bring your toes together to touch. Inhale, we're going to slide the hands to the shins and add a little half sun salutation. Belly pulls in, shoulders pull back. And then plant your palms, step back to plank pose right to the top of a push-up. We're going to add a side plank to our half sun salutation today since it is core. So you want to squeeze to the midline here. Make sure your toes are together to touch in your plank here, because then when you pivot to the outside edge of your right foot, your ankles will be stacked one on top of each other. So we're going to side plank here. Really lift the left hip up, and if you want to lift the left leg up, you can do that as well. That's just going to make it a little bit harder. Look up to your left thumb if you can. Take one more breath. And then if your left foot is lifted up, you want to bring it back down. Square your hips and shoulders level to the mat so you're in plank pose. Really engage the core. Take a very deep breath. And then vinyasa, elbows bend, lower down. Inhale into a back bend. Take a very deep breath in, open the chest and the heart. And then let's come into our first downward dog. So curl the toes, lift the tailbone. Spread the fingertips out wide. Send that message of peace and calm to your central nervous system with each breath you take. And then right leg's going to lift to the sky. We're going to really reach the toes as you lift up. Stepping your right foot up and through your hands. We're going to walk to the front edge of your mat and come into straddle stretch. So in your straddle stretch, I want your toes slightly turned in and your heels slightly out. The hands underneath the shoulders and the forehead, crown of the head towards the ground. Just enjoy your straddle stretch. You can shift a little bit from side to side, shake out any tension that you're holding in your neck and your shoulders. And really enjoy that hamstring stretch. One more breath. And then we're going to lift halfway up. Now I want you to turn your toes out and your heels in. Place your hands on the insides of your knees. Squat really deep. And then roll all the way up to standing as you reach for the sky. Inhale, really reach. Exhale, pull down. Keep those knees pressing open. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, flow down as deeply as you can. Really challenge yourself to go through your fullest range of motion. One more time. Lowering down. And inhale, rising up. Turn towards your left foot. Coming into your high lunge. Hips really low, fingertips high. Take a really deep breath in. And then coming into your balance. So single leg mountain pose. Push off of your right foot. Hands to your right thigh. So I want you to just really resist by pulling the thigh to the rib cage and pressing your hands down. You feel that resistance. You're in charge of how much resistance. Really flex that right foot. Keep your collarbone open. Take a deep breath. And then flying in airplane, we're going to shift our weight and reach the fingertips out from side to side. Really pull the belly button in and up. Focus your eyes underneath you. Take a very deep breath and think about pulling in 4 directions, away from the midline. And then you can release your fingertips down to touch your mat. Your hands will be right underneath your shoulders, your nose towards your knee. And again, if your hamstrings are really tight, you can keep a bend in that left knee, but work on straightening it as much as feels comfortable for you. Grab onto your right hip with your right hand. Pull your right hip up towards the sky. Maintain the focus of your eyes. If you're feeling a little wobbly, it's all good. Right hand up to the sky if you can. Take a very deep breath in. And then release your hand and your foot down, toes together to touch. Yeah, it's not about never falling in these poses. Challenge yourself, that's the whole point. Inhale, halfway lift, belly in, shoulders back. Exhale, plant your palms, and you can step or feel free to hop to plank pose. Right to the top of a push-up, belly in and up, eyes focused a little bit out in front of you. Nice long line of energy. Shift to your toes, bend your elbows, lower halfway down. Inhale into your back bend. Take a very deep breath as you open your collarbone and heart. Exhale, lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. Again, to send that message of calm and peace into the body. So if you are feeling a little frazzled, take a moment to slow down. Left foot's going to lift to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then left foot's going to step up and through your hands. You can help it forward, by the way. If it didn't make it all the way through your hands, don't worry about it. Just grab onto it and scooch it forward. Coming into straddle stretch, we're going to walk to the front edge of your mat again. Toes are slightly in your straddle stretch. Heels are slightly out. And then forehead to the ground. You can also walk your hands a little bit back towards your feet and use the strength of your hands and your arms to drag you a little bit deeper into your stretch. Let the weight of your head go completely. Shake it out. And then lifting halfway up, turn your toes out and your heels in. Take your hands onto the insides of your thighs. We're going to go one more time through and add on some warrior poses. So inhale, 5-pointed star. Take a deep breath. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, pull it down. Good, one more time. Big breath in, reach as high as you can. Harness the power of the moon and pull it down towards you. Nice job. We're going to pivot to the right foot, so take it around and up. Coming into your lunge position, so hips dropping really low, fingertips reaching high. Think about leaning back a little bit. And then come into that balanced single leg mountain pose, so pushing off of the left foot. Hands to the left thigh. Push down into your hands, but kick up with your left thigh. Take a very deep breath in, keep that collarbone hard and the left foot flexed. And then fly into your balance, warrior 3 or airplane. So your warrior 3 is going to be reaching your hands straight forward with your thumbs pointing to the sky. Or you can keep an airplane with your arms reaching out side to side if that feels better on your back. Either way, belly pulled in and up, eyes focused, one more breath. And then hands are going to float down to touch the mat. And the hands are right underneath the shoulders here, nose towards the knee, left foot towards the sky. Coming into balancing half moon, the right hand's going to be right underneath the right shoulder. Left hand grabs onto the left hip to pull the left hip up to the sky. And then left hand's going to reach up to the sky as well. So you can keep looking down and maintain the focus of your eyes. And if you can, then to use your core, I want you to float your right hand so it's hovering above your mat an inch or so. So it's really challenging. We have a wobbly surface underneath us, by the way, like some rocks, some unstable surface. Makes it a little bit harder, but it's just for fun. Now use your core to lift you all the way up, your core and your hamstring. You're going to take a big step back with your left foot. Yeah, not an easy one, but lots of core. And we're going to actually do warrior 2 here. So your right toes are going to be pointed forward, your left heel is going to be pointing away, and then your fingertips are reaching out from right to left. Really drop low into your warrior, focus out over your right fingertips. Turn your right palm up to the sky, reach forward, take a huge breath in, and then reverse warrior. Now what I really want you to do is bend your right knee deeply, look up towards your right thumb, and really open up towards the sky. One more breath, and then your hands will come on either side of your right foot. We're going to step to plank. So stepping into the top of your push-up, belly in and up, shoulders back and down. Vinyasa, elbows bend, lower. Inhale into your cobra or upward facing. And exhale into your downward facing push back. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. Ground yourself, feel that sense of peace and calm with each breath you take. Lift your right foot up to the sky, take a deep breath in. Step your right foot up and through your hands. Good, you guys. Stay with me here. Walk around to your straddle stretch. And again, toes slightly in, heels slightly out. You can walk your hands back towards your feet. Use the strength of your arms and your hands to drag you just a little bit deeper into the stretch, but no forcing. If you want to walk a little bit towards your right foot, you can do that. See how that feels. Get a little more stretch there. You can add a little twist to it by reaching your right hand up to the sky and dragging your left forearm down towards the ground. Of course, if you did that variation, let's try it on the other side as well. So then you'd walk over towards your left foot. Bend your left arm, so your right arm, sorry, so that your right forearm is working to the mat, and then your left hand would stretch up. Just a nice variation, gets a little bit of a different angle in the hamstrings. And then go ahead and walk back to center. You're going to turn your toes out and your heels slightly in, hands to the inner thighs, tuck your tailbone, roll through your spine, and reach all the way up to the sky. Take a really deep breath in, and exhale, pull it down. Continue to flow with your breathing. So the inhale lifts you, the exhale sinks you. That sends a calming message through your central nervous system. So we're working on a little strength and balance here. We're trying to maintain a sense of peace as well. One more time. Coming all the way up, let's pivot to the left foot. So go ahead and come into your high lunge. Really lift up as you drop your hips low. Get lots of space in your body. So the more that you stretch and reach, the more space you'll create. And then go ahead and press off of the ball of the right foot, coming onto your single leg mountain pose. So think of good posture, in other words. Flex the right foot. Resist by pushing your hands down into your thigh, and that's going to help to engage the core a little bit more. One more breath, maintain the focus of your eyes, and then fly in either your airplane or your warrior three. So again, airplane arms are side by side, belly's pulled in and up, toes are flexed towards the ground. Or warrior three, arms are by the ears, thumbs lifting to the sky. Take one more very deep breath, and then release the fingertips to touch your mat. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, nose towards your knee, so you feel this is standing split. And then we're gonna come into your balancing half moon from here. So fingertips right underneath the left shoulder, grab onto your right hip with your right hand, pull your right hip up to the sky, flex your right foot, and then stretch your right hand straight up as well. Really use your core. If you can float your hands an inch or so above your mat, do that. And then use the strength of your hamstring and your glute to lift you up. Step back with your right foot, adjust yourself accordingly. You might need to give yourself a little bit more space. And then inhale, reach for the sky. We're going to come into a warrior two facing the left foot. So dropping down into the left knee. Make sure that belly's pulled in, tailbone scooping under. Eyes are focused right out over your left fingertips. Reaching forward, inhale. Warrior spirit here, reverse warrior. Deep bend in your left knee, slide your right hand back towards your right ankle, open up the whole left side of your body for one more breath. Hopefully you can hear that rooster in the background. Deep, deep, deep breath in, open up, and then extended side angle, hands on either side of your left foot. We're coming all the way down. Yep. Okay, so here we are, we're stepping into plank. So come into the top of a push-up position. Make sure everything is leveled out. A little micro bend in the elbows. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Walk your toes together. And I just realized I forgot the side plank on the other side. Sometimes I do this. So we're going to do our side plank now. So the left hand comes to the middle of your mat. We're going to come over to the side. We always level it out at some point. Yep. You can float your right foot up if you like. You can also take your right foot onto your calf or something like in a side tree. Looking up to your right thumb, one more breath. Then if your right foot is lifted, release it back down. Square off to your mat slowly, carefully. Level everything out. And then optional vinyasa, elbows bend, lower down. Inhale into your back bend. Deep breath in. And downward facing dog. And this is where we really want to send that calming, grounded message from the mind into the body. Downward facing dog is such a grounding pose. So take one more very deep breath in here. Really feel the heels grounding down, the palms, the fingertips, the knuckles. And then release your knees to the mat and sit on back to child's pose. So in child's pose, we're actually going to bring the hands back by the feet with the palms facing the sky. And just tuck yourself into a tight little ball. And enjoy that kind of restorative, centering opportunity as you block out distraction and fold in towards yourself. So this is such a restorative pose. And really relax your elbows, soften your shoulders. Notice if you're holding tension in your jaw or your face, and use this as an opportunity to really let that all go. So just find a moment of stillness. So we're going to continue to move with the breath a little bit more, coming into upward facing camel. You're pressing your knees down into your mat, and separate your knees about hip bone distance, by the way. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. So this is upward facing camel. You can let your palms touch over your head. And then fold back into your child's pose again with your hands back by your feet. At the bottom of the movement, I want you to really relax, really let go, and really soften. So consciously do that. From the power of your mind into your body, just let yourself find stillness and softness. Then pressing your knees down, engage your glutes, rise up, take a very deep breath, gather that positive energy again, upward facing camel. You can think about lifting up and slightly back. And then exhale, fold into yourself again, child's pose. Let your forehead drop down. Let your elbows soften. Release any tension that you're holding in your neck, your face, your shoulders, your jaw. Pause. And one more time. Inhale, rising up, upward facing camel. Big reach up and back, opening up the whole front line of the body. And exhale back into your child's pose one last time. Forehead drops down, elbows soften, breathing deep into the whole back of your body. Good. And then from here, you can go ahead and come up to your knees. We're just going to do 2 or 3 more poses here. So we're going to do a movement called Sunbird. So you can go ahead and come to your hands and your knees. And we'll do our left leg, the leg that's furthest away for now. So your left foot's going to lift up. Think about sort of like spinal balance, I suppose. But your left foot's going to lift up to the sky, your left toes. And think about bringing the left foot towards the crown of your head. So you're opening up the throat and the front line of the body, bringing the toes towards the top of your head. Then you're going to exhale, tuck the tailbone under, bring the nose towards the knee, push through your hands, and try to bring your thigh as close to your ribcage as you can. So inhale back into your Sunbird, pressing through your palms, bringing the left toes towards the crown of your head. And then exhale, tucking around, hollowing the belly, pushing through the palm, bringing your thigh as close to your ribcage as you can. And one more time, inhale to your Sunbird, toes towards the crown of your head, towards the sky. And exhale, pressing through the palms, hollow the belly, really push and round and flex. Now look between your hands and just bring your left foot between your hands. And we're going to do a pose called lizard pose. So from here, you're going to bring your hands on the inside of your left foot. And I'll pivot to the front so you guys can see a little bit from the front and from the side. So watch Gabby for the front side view and me for the front. So your hands are on the inside of your left foot. And this might be enough of a hip stretch for some of you. And you're going to stay right here. For others, you can bring your right forearm down to the mat. And maybe even your left forearm. And I'm going to give you one more variation that I really love. So with your right forearm down, if it gets there, you can take your left hand on the inside of your left knee and let your left knee externally rotate to the side. So you're pressing into that left knee and getting that nice stretch through the hip, the groin, and the inner thigh. And by the way, you can look up towards the sky as well. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then go ahead and release out of it. Bring your kneecap back up to the sky. Take your hands on either side of your left foot. Curl your right toes under. Squeeze your right knee straight. And walk back into your straddle stretch to walk into the front edge of your mat. Again, in your straddle stretch, the toes are slightly in. The heels are slightly out. And the sun is rising here. That's always, I love the sunrise, right? New day, new opportunities. Now in your straddle stretch this time, if you want to, you can take your hands into your legs and behind your tailbone. And come into your straddle stretch position. If that doesn't feel good on your neck, your shoulders, your hamstrings, just keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Wherever you are, take one more very deep breath in. And then lift yourself up. We're gonna walk around towards the other foot, so towards the right foot. Release your left knee down. And you can extend your right leg straight back, and we're gonna come into that sunbird on this side. So just finishing up one more set here with the sunbird on the right leg. So the right toes are gonna lift up to the sky, and think about bringing them to the crown of your head. So you're opening up like a variation of cat-cow. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Really push through the palms, round the spine, and bring your thigh as close to your rib cage and your nose as close to your knee as you can. Inhale, sunbird, that's your breath in. Exhale, flex, tuck, and around. Again, thigh close to the rib cage. One more time. Inhale, sunbird. And exhale, round it up. Nose to the knee, push through the palms, hollow the belly, really strengthen from the core. And then look between your hands, step your right foot up and through your hands. You're gonna bring both hands on the inside of your right foot. For some of you, this is enough of a stretch. You're gonna stay right here. And then for the others, you can bring your left forearm down if you like, if it goes there. Don't force it. Also, if you have a block or something like that, you can use a block. Again, I'll just pivot to the side so you can see your right leg's gonna externally rotate, and you're gonna get a little bit of pressure from your right hand into your knee, inner thigh. Take a deep breath in, and then go ahead and come out of it. And one more time for your last straddle stretch. So curl your left toes under, walk around to the front edge of your mat. Whatever variation feels good for you. Toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Again, you can add that chest heart opener by interlacing your fingers. You can just keep your hands supporting underneath your shoulders. Or you can do what we did earlier and walk a little bit from right to left, you know, from foot to foot, if that feels really good for you. As always, really honor, protect, listen to your body. One more very deep breath. And then lifting up, let's walk around to our right foot and come into our last downward dog. So go ahead and step your right foot back. Spread the fingertips out wide, drop the heels, and let's take 3 deep breaths in our downward dog. And use this as an opportunity to feel more grounded, more balanced, strong, but calm. And then releasing your knees down. We can go ahead and come into a seated position. Nice work, everybody. Just wrapping up here, so coming into your easy seated pose, we're just gonna do a few circles to the right and a few circles to the left, just to maintain that sense of peace and balance. So stay with me just a few seconds longer. Sit up really tall, lean to your right, lean to your right. You're gonna circle around, so your hands can stay on your knees. Circle around, yep, and then leaning to the right again. And this is such a great thing to do. Kids love this as well. If you close your eyes and just make circles, and imagine you're leading with your chest and your heart in your circle here. So creating that sense of peace and calm. Circles are always so calming. And then do the exact same thing in the opposite direction. So just go the other way. Again, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, just feeling that sense of power with peace, what I always call calm energy. So you feel uplifted and energized, but also peaceful, grounded, and calm. And one more time in this direction. And then come all the way back up to sitting, aware of posture and alignment. So open and lift the chest and the heart. Bring your hands to heart center. I'm so grateful you guys joined. For those of you who joined me live, especially namaste. And if you joined later, wonderful. Let's take one more very deep breath to gather the energy of the moon, the power and the energy of the moon. Reach for the sky and exhale. Bring your hands back to heart center. Stay calm, stay positive, and stay flexible, warriors. Namaste. Namaste. Good work, everybody. I love when the sun comes up. Awesome. Here it is, a brand new day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for joining live again, and we'll do it again soon. Thanks for being here, Gabby. Yes, you can follow Gabby on Instagram too. She is GFitFishPaw on Instagram. I am Flexible Warrior on Instagram, so you can connect with us there as well. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.